today's video is all about what I would do differently if I had to start my graphic design career from scratch, start over. How would I handle it, and what would I do if I could change the past? This video is going to be filled with lots of advice for you as well in how to handle any stage that you're in your career, or even if you're a student of graphic design or art in any way. I'm going to tell you all about my experiences and hopefully help you. Because we talked in the last video about like resetting and restarting, and I just figured let's talk about how I would restart now if I had to, and that might be the position you're in where you're literally just starting out. So I'm here to help with all the career advice at the moment. That's just like really the era I'm in right now, is just helping you out with advice and inspiration to get you started. Okay, so let's start with the first main thing, and that is that I went to art school. I went to a 4-year university and I got a BFA in art with a concentration in graphic design and a minor in art history. Now, would I change that whole aspect of it? No, I wouldn't. I really loved my university experience, and I loved art school, and I loved learning, and I honestly probably would have even double majored in art history because I loved it so much. And yeah, it was just something that was very me. Now, I know that university is not for everyone, art school is not for everyone, and kind of the beauty in learning art and graphic design is that you can do it yourself. And I totally don't judge anyone for not going to school or for going to school or anything. It's really up to you. But for me, I didn't regret that. I don't regret it. I loved my experience. But in general, it helped. Yeah, I learned a lot, but I could have also done it myself in some ways. I still think that a traditional education is really, really helpful. And here are my tips if you are in school to kind of take advantage of what you have at the moment and just make the most of it, because honestly, I do have some regrets in what I did or didn't do in school. So I feel strongly about an education, and I encourage you to stay in school or go to school if that is what you are debating on. Maybe you're still in high school thinking about how to move forward. I still really like university and art school, but that's just me. So take that with a grain of salt. But the things I would change about my experience and what I would do differently in that time was, one, I would take advantage of having professors and mentors right there in your institution, because I don't think I used that enough. I did definitely utilize it, but when I look back, I'm like, oh, if only I had like pushed myself further to maybe do like more directed projects with a professor or a mentor or advisor, and like just really like focus in on something. I had a lot of like good rapport with professors, but I feel like maybe I didn't impress them enough, or like, not that I'm looking for approval, but just really take advantage of having that advice and like direct contact with someone who knows so much and just has such great design skill. And I just felt like I probably didn't do that enough. I definitely became like friends with my professors and had a really great time. But yeah, I definitely should have done like more prep for like getting into the outside world after. And also take advantage of having the software on all the computers at school while you can. I kick myself that I didn't use like the type creating programs enough. Like Font Lab was on our computers at school, and I did it in a class, but like I should have done more stuff outside of class and just practiced a lot, learned as much as I could on software that I can't really afford all the time outside of school. Also, while I was in school, I should have focused more on maybe finding some work, like finding work in internships with the connections from school, or, you know, summer things, or just side gigs. I did work in the graphic design studio lab, like print lab that we had. So that was good work experience in general, and I learned more about printing and all of that with design. It did help. But yeah, like I would take more advantage of that and definitely like lean into the opportunities you get like through your connections there and networking there. And yeah, school is just a really good environment if you make it that way. So yeah, I would just do more of that. And if you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I didn't go to school, or I don't want to go to school, like I totally get it. And I also feel like while I was in school, I should have taken the time to study other things outside of school on my own. So that's what you really need to do if you're not going to school as well. You need to take the time to study things on your own and kind of make your own school. Like, you really do have to learn. You can't just be an expert from the beginning. And I probably should have taken time to do more of that outside of like my studies. But, you know, I never knew what was coming. Like, I didn't know where I would end up at that point. So I couldn't see the future. But I feel like I probably should have done that more. And that's how I feel now. So yes, if you didn't go to school or you're not going to school, just take the time to learn programs and softwares and design skills. All of that outside of a school environment, it's just up to you. So you have to like look into books, look on the internet, all of that. And hopefully maybe that's why you're here on my channel. But I'm here to help, you know, I'm here for inspiration. Okay, not school related, let's get into some more career advice. What I should have done way more at the beginning of my design career was network. And not just network, but like actually follow through with my networking. I did a lot of like little networking here and there, and some of that can be done like on social media. It doesn't need to all be in person. I tried lots of different approaches. I know I did try, but I actually feel like I didn't follow through enough. Like, I did make connections with cool people who had cool jobs or jobs I wanted, or maybe they could like help me out or mentor me, and I didn't follow through on some of those things because I just felt too shy. And sometimes, yeah, it's like not all that you think it's gonna be. Like, maybe you meet someone that you really look up to and they're just like not as warm and welcoming as you expected, which has definitely happened to me before. But I feel like I didn't push myself to ask enough questions or like get something out of the exchange, not because I'm trying to use people, but just because it could help me, you know? Like, could I ask for advice? Could I ask to meet up? Like, there's lots of different things I could have done. I felt way too shy and timid, and that's okay too. You can be shy and still network. You can do it over social media, ask some people some questions, you know, in the DMs, and just see where they're at, and maybe that can help you in your career moves. Okay, another big one that's kind of a big regret for me. I don't think I would have started in freelance if I could go back. I really don't think that it's the right decision to just jump right in and do it all yourself. Again, I always say this about like my career journey, is that I really fell into it. You know, it's just kind of like how things happened, and I didn't foresee it and like my career being like this. But I don't think I would have jumped right into handling it all on my own, freelance style, like doing it all that way. I feel like I should have maybe tried harder to get like a first studio job or something like that. Like, just having a boss, working in that environment, maybe like more structure, it just really helps with learning new skills under a boss. It's not always the best decision, so like by all means, like do what works for you, because you know, you could have a toxic boss. I don't know, like a lot of things can go wrong on either side. It's life. But I just don't think I would have like jumped into all of that, into the deep end, because I don't feel like I was fully equipped, and I feel like I needed some space and time to like become a professional designer. So for a while I felt like a fraud. Like, I was like, what do I know, you know, like, and what am I doing here? And then also, why am I handling these clients like this? And I had some bad experiences, you know, so like some of that is a learning lesson, and I'm glad I did it now. It's like, it's fine, but I feel like if I could have had like a first job, that would have been great. And I encourage you to definitely look for a job before just saying, oh, I just want to freelance, like let me just do this, especially if you're self-taught. Like, you really need to find someone who can mentor you and just be above you in some way to like show you the ropes of this design career. Another big one, which is like a current regret of mine, is that I don't feel like I stayed up to date enough on how tech was moving forward and new softwares and new things. Like, I stay up to date on like what I use, but sometimes I get scared to try new programs and new things and new skills. Like with web design, I'm not someone who's like super confident in web design, and I feel like so many people have become that expert because they've paid attention to how things are changing and how things are moving. They moved into UX design and they've learned the programs and they like are doing amazing at it. And that's something that I don't feel fully confident in. And it's just funny, like I should have paid more attention to where things were going and like where my skills could adapt and change and get better with like the moving tech, things getting like better and more streamlined. And yeah, it's just something that I didn't do enough, and I still sometimes feel like I'm falling behind with some of that because I'm like, oh, I don't want to pay attention to like the new programs or new updates of things. It's like, what's wrong with me? So that's not good at all, and I definitely am trying to be more proactive now about it and stay on top of things. This has been very chatty, but the last few things I just want to say are I would also establish a healthy routine, work-life balance routine earlier. I am just now handling like my burnout and all of those things now, and I would have handled this so much better, my career so much better, if I had started this earlier and started this process of like getting organized, putting things in a calendar, getting more streamlined, not burning out, and just focusing on what I really need to focus on and not being like scared to send an email and letting that stress me out. And just, yeah, it's a lot, but I'm handling it now, and I encourage you to handle that sooner so that you don't get the burnout of working for yourself, especially if you're a freelancer or an artist, independent artist. Like, really focus on establishing a healthy routine in life and what works for you, and just getting excited to create every day. Now, the last one is kind of a big one because I don't feel like I've invested enough in myself and in my business. And I'm just realizing that now, like through making this video, I was putting together all my ideas of like what I would change, advice I could tell you. And I was like, you know what? It's literally investing in myself, because whether that is money or like time or whatever, but it's because I just don't feel like I'm there yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at myself and my business and I go, oh, well, it's not like worth it right now because I'm not there yet. I'm not at the point I want to be. You're never going to be at the point you want to be. You're always going to want to keep growing and changing. And it's okay to like invest money into your design business or your freelance business or your content creation, like me too. But like getting photos done, like you need to look professional. So you'll probably need to get photos. Don't be afraid to pay for that and put energy and time into yourself and creating a professional persona of yourself so that you can get clients in your freelance, or you can gain an audience, or whatever it is that you're looking for your art, your design work. Like, you have to put in effort and sometimes money, especially with those design programs. Like, geez, we have to pay so much for things and it's just not cool. But I'm sorry to say that like you won't be a professional designer and successful freelancer and have a successful business without putting money into it. Like, sorry, you're not gonna be able to do that all for free. It's just how life goes. And I just want to leave you with this quote, like kind of what I was just saying, but I saw this quote somewhere, or like I heard it on TikTok, I think. Like someone made a video where they were saying, your skills are never going to catch up to your taste. And that really shook me up, because it's like, kind of sounds negative, but no, it's so real. Your skill level is never going to catch up to your taste. So just put things out there, just create, just work with the next client, just work with the skills you have right now. You're going to want more for yourself always, because your taste is always going to grow. You're always going to get better, and you're going to go, oh, why can't I make that? Like, why can't I do that? Just keep working. Just keep working, because you are making those things, but your level of taste is already going to be to the next thing. What you're interested in is already going to be on to the next. So you're going to go, I'm unsatisfied. Yeah, sit in that unsatisfaction and just be excited for the next thing that you make and the next thing that you do in your career. And it's like exciting, not sad that you can't do something. Like, you can do it. You're just probably going to be already like, okay, what can I do next? Like, why aren't I better now? Focus, study, work, create, and you will continue to make amazing art, and your taste level is only going to keep going. So you're just going to be like, sorry, I'm unsatisfied forever. But that can be a good thing. Let it motivate you. Anyway, okay, so that is the advice I will leave you with. Hopefully this video helped you in some way. I know there are so many of you who are watching from like different stages of your career and your life and your artistic journey. So yeah, embrace where you're at, and hopefully like my stages of advice can help you in what I did. I mean, I kind of fell into my career, so sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but like, I do know what I'm doing. I am an expert. No imposter syndrome here. Let's just move forward. I couldn't see the future when I started, but now that I can look back, I can reflect and realize where I should have picked up a little bit of the slack. So hopefully that helps you where you're at. And I will see you in the next video, guys. If you liked this one, please give it a like, and please let me know if you have any questions. Let's chat in the comments. I love talking to you guys. And I'm posting more on Instagram and TikTok and all of that. So definitely follow me over there, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, Bye!